Hey guys and girls, what's up? Synergy here, and we are bringing you a brand spanking new video for the week. This one's going to be the weekly Nightfall, and we're going to be doing this solo on the Warlock class to begin with. I am going to be doing both of the other classes, so you are going to see how to do it on the Hunter and also how to do it on the Titan. Now, we're going to see obviously which one of the classes is faster. There's certain ways that you can actually make this really fast if you are specifically a Warlock. Warlock is going to be one of the fastest classes, and also the Hunter followed very closely behind. Now, there's certain aspects in this Nightfall that you need to look out for, and at certain parts where you can actually be a lot faster than you would do normally. So what you want to do is you want to come to the first room right here, and you can see I've got my sniper out because it is specialist damage. We're just going to take out any one of these just right here. We're going to take out those snipers on the other side, as well as these little Psions. Psion. Right, so unfortunately these are annoying because they bubble, so if you use your actual primary, you're going to find that they might bubble in between, end up with the full health pack, and it'll just take you quite a long time to get through that part, so literally just snipe them. Simple as. There we go. This one's gone walkabouts. Come on. Come to Papa. There we go. Now that he's dead, there's going to be an invisible as soon as you get round here. Unfortunately, I did miss a Psion that I didn't actually see, which is right there, so we're just going to take that out. There's the invisible. Bring out your rocket launcher, zoom in with your tracking, and then fire one shot. Now, the invisible can actually teleport itself. Now, I know I am using my primary on this one, that's just because it's pretty damn close. You're going to place your ghost into here in 1 second. Now, the idea of my tutorials is to show you quick and easy ways to do it without risk of dying all the time in between. So I'm going to show you the easiest way to do it rather than the fastest way. If I were showing you the fastest way, what I'd be doing right now is I'd be using Blink and I'd be using Nova Bomb all over the show. So first of all, we're just going to aim straight forward, take out these few little Psions right here. You don't want them messed about with you. Bring out your rocket launcher, one shot into him, and we're going to Nova Bomb. There we go. That'll allow us to take out that little orb. Once we get to the doorway, you'll find all the enemies now despawn. We're just going to aim in with our sniper, and we're going to take one shot on each of these. Now, unfortunately, my sniper, it's the anti-normie sniper, so you're going to find that this particular sniper does a lot less damage than what a 1000 yard would do, because the impact is a lot more on the 1000 yard stir. Unfortunately, I don't have a void 1000 yard stir, which you may also find this problem as well. So it's going to be a little bit slower for you if that is the case, because you can't one-shot absolutely everything. Generally, most things you can one-shot, but things like, for example, the Blights will take 2 shots rather than the 1 shot. And also these Centurions, you need to get the headshot in order to land the 1 shot. Okay, so you are going to take out all of the Blights. What we're going to do now is we're going to switch into Shatter, which splits into 3 projectiles. The reason for this is it will cover a large area and it will take out a lot more ads that are bunched up together. First of all, do not make the mistake of jumping up right now, because all these on the left hand side are hobgoblins, and what they do when they die is they fire these little bolts at you, and they can literally 1 or 2 shot you, so you need to be very careful of that. The second one is all of these ads right here. There's certain ways that you can take them out. You can fire a rocket, just like so, and just let the rocket do some splash damage. If you do find at any time that you are hit down low, just to be safe, fall back a little bit, regen your health. Now you can see I've actually got my Nova Bomb up, so, ooh, there's only 1 left, so that was a bit of a waste of a Nova Bomb. We could have just sniped him down from any angle. We're going to get rid of these little bombs just right here. Now, the reason we get rid of these little bombs is because if you jump up a specific way and something's shooting at you, and for example it hits you halfway, then those bombs are actually going to do a lot of damage to you and you're possibly dead again. Once you place your ghost in here, just come back to your original starting position just to be safe. If for example, you are a little bit cocky like I would be normally, and you want to just like completely pulverise it, you can actually just stay up there and just slaughter them with your rockets and with your supers as well at the same time. Well, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the scout rifle just to take these out. I should be using the sniper rifle, but I actually want to save some ammo in it. Here we go. Now, a good friend of mine, naming no names, Chad. Chad. Oh, sorry, did I name a name then? Anyway, naming no names, said to me, "You won't be doing solo Nightfall this week. It's impossible." Well, this is simply just to prove him wrong. Right, so I'm going to be doing it on every single class as well, so before you say, "Oh yeah, you're a shitty warlock and you have self-res and all that, well, I'd like to see you do it on a titan and a hunter," I am going to be doing. So shut your mouth, boy. Okay. So we're going to have a few ads up here. Now what you want to be careful of is you want to be careful of the ads that jump down to the side of you. We're going to throw 2 rockets straight up there. That way we can just snipe these ones down. Watch out for that splash damage. These are the ones you need to be careful on the left hand side. Obviously I'm being a bit more risky because I'm just trying to take things out a little bit faster for you. I'm going to throw my Nova Bomb straight up there, right when the shield depletes, and that should finish off all of the ads that are upstairs. Now the one thing I don't realise on this one is I don't have the extra sniper ammo perk, so what I do right now is a complete waste of time. And you're going to see exactly why. Whoop. 1, I fell down. Fail! Epic fail. And we're going to try that again. We're just ignoring the blights. Yay, ammo, ammo! Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I've got no perks for sniper ammo. Shit, shitholes. So obviously, if you do have gear that gives you more sniper ammo, more rocket ammo, that is actually going to help you throughout this Nightfall to complete it a lot faster for you. A lot faster than even I can do, for example. Now, for 24 minutes as a warlock with a shitty ass sniper, this is actually pretty damn good time for you, but it's also a good time while showing you a safe way of doing it. I could make this a lot faster if I wish, but the idea is to help all of you out with being able to solo your Nightfalls if you need to do so. So for example, your friends aren't online, or you just can't get anyone from the pickup group because it's that late into the week. Now these hobgoblins to your left hand side, you need to take them out, but when you take them out they're going to fire those bolt casters straight at you. So for example, as soon as he shows his face again, just going to fire a rocket down into there, take out some Psions, because we've got some heavy ammo that we're going to be able to pick up. Now see that bolt caster? 1. Now watch this one. Okay, there's fire 1, and as soon as he dies he lets off some that will track towards you as well. You can actually dodge them by shifting left and right, but you've got to be quite skilled in order to do so. So if you're good with your dodging abilities then you can take the risk. If not, then I suggest you find a wall like so and hide. But you see how I just dodged it there while I was low health. Now I do make one mistake through this. The Psions on the right hand side I actually don't bother using my heavy ammo with, and I just use my sniper, so we're getting rid of the blights again. In fact, I don't use my sniper, I use my primary, that was my mistake. Okay, so your grade will actually take a few out, but what they're going to do is they're going to keep duplicating themselves, and unfortunately 2 of them actually came downstairs there. Now we've got to backtrack on ourselves and take the other ones out that are on the ground, which is awkward. And that is something you don't want, because these things will actually hit you down, not necessarily hard, but when they start duplicating you'll start getting a lot more splash damage. Hopefully I'll be able to show you that in a second. Get out the way, Psions! I'm trying to snipe a Centurion. Oh my god, why didn't I just rocket them, man? I should have just rocketed them. There we go. Okay, they're all finally down. So obviously you can save a bit of time by not doing exactly what I did right there. Just literally plant your rocket in, jump up, plant a rocket down to the ground, and you'll take them all out in one. Right, the next one, you need a rocket for this part, and just place it straight down. That'll take out the major that's there, but the acolyte eyes will hit you hard, and they will hit you fast, and they see you like anything you can believe. As soon as you place your ghost in here, you do not want to stay in this room. I'm going to show you exactly why when I turn around right now. I'm going to use my Nova Bomb in the split projectiles, and all of these ads right here have just been obliterated, as well as the 2 bombs have been rid of. Okay, so we're using an aid there, just trying to get them out of that little protective shield thing. And we're just taking these ones out as normal. Now you're going to have a combination of different types of ads in a second. One of them is going to be the Centurion that fires the ball, which is that one right there. The other one is going to be what we call the Minotaurs. Now the Minotaurs, they're going to take a little bit of extra damage, so one rocket isn't just going to cut it on them. So in other words, don't waste your ammo. Here we go. Now you see that Minotaur? There's the rocket I was talking about. I'm going to place a Void Nade down. I'm going to use my melee and we'll finish him off. There you go, nice and easy. Now we've actually just picked up some heavy ammo, so we do have some to waste. But what we're going to do is just take this ad out. And as long as you're on these stairs and you shift left and right, this is not going to take you down whatsoever. So just keep working on him, pounding on him and DPSing him. There we go. Tried to get the sniper headshot, but I definitely missed there. And there as well. But he's dead. Now, rather than just run through here, there are some ads that are still left up on the left hand side. You can see them there, which is the acolytes, but you're going to have a lot of Psions to the right hand side. The Psions, literally, you want to take them out either with your super. So for example, the split projectile Nova Bomb will actually work quite well here. I don't actually use it because I'm actually saving it for the next part. So I'm just going to kill these as normal. There we go, most of them are down. So all we're going to do in a second is we're going to plant that rocket in, but we need to get rid of that ad that's on the left hand side before we actually go charging in at these. There we go, you see him? The acolyte right there. Okay, so now that the acolyte's down, it will allow us to push forward. Okay, here we go. We're hit down a little bit, so we're going to throw a vortex grenade there, which is going to keep them pegged back because it's what we call an AoE grenade. And we're just going to use one rocket, which will finish them off. There we go. Now we've got full rockets again, and we're going to come into the main room. When you get to this main room, you're going to have a next set of ads that are going to spawn, and these have got shields on them. You just want to take them out with one rocket on that left hand side diagonally. Be careful not to shoot the wall. If you shoot the wall, you kill yourself. I'm sure many people have done that, even myself included. We're just taking these out with our primary. You're going to see that Centurion takes out the other one because we got that one low. Now the ones with the shield, you definitely want to snipe these down. Once you get the sniper, the shield will come straight off. Obviously with a 1000-yard stir, it will be a one-shot kill. But the next part we're going to do is we're going to end up placing our rocket into there, but you can see I'm actually switching over to the vortex. Now the vortex, what it does is it continually damages enemies within its zone. So for example, if I place a vortex down, it's going to do its damage, and then it's going to do a little bit extra as well. If you split the damage over, you're going to do hardly any damage. So what you're going to find right now is I'm going to use my vortex grenade. There we go, get some extra damage, gonna use that, and then gonna place as many rockets as we can. Unfortunately, we do knock the flare a little bit flying here. So in other words, we're wasting our rockets. We took a bit of a risk there. That's what you don't want to do, because you can see I'm literally one shot. However, once you get to this part, just take off a little bit of damage. You can take him to half health. You need to make sure you get through this room. What we're going to end up doing is we're going to be actually switching into Sunsinger. Now, the reason we're switching into Sunsinger is what we're going to be using for this part is what we call intentional deaths. Now, you're going to see exactly what I mean by so. You could have actually switched to Sunsinger a bit earlier than what I did. There we go, we're going to waste our last rocket. And we're just going to come back to here and we're going to switch our heavy ammo. Now you're going to see exactly the tactic that we're going to use on this one. So first of all, use all your sniper ammo and just take these down. Your sniper is going to be very effective against those elite centurions. But it's also the quickest and the fastest way to killing an ad. If you use your primary, you've got all the shields to deal with. So you've got to aim it pretty niftily. Hacky! It's actually kind of nice to use a sniper that's not the 1000-yard stare for a different change. Obviously it's got a faster fire rate, but it's got a lower impact as well. Now you're going to see I'm going to switch from the truth and I'm going to switch to one of our boltcasters. Now the perks on your exotic sword is going to be increased ammo capacity, so you're going to have quite a lot of ammo in it. Whenever you pick up your heavy ammo, you can see I've actually got 68 rounds in there right now. Now the tactic that we're actually going to be using with that is we're going to be making use of our Sunsinger. Now the only reason that we're in this room is so we can build up our self-res. It's like I said, what you can do is you can actually be in Nova Bomb and you want to be in Blink on this one, but if you want to do it fast, then basically you stay in the room at all times. You can use your Nova Bomb to take out the ads, but really you want to be using them on the flares because you'll take them down a lot faster. Certain ads will stay at certain areas, so you'll be able to take them down nice and fast. However, certain ads will push you at certain zones. So for example, if you're up on the top left, you're going to find ads will come up the stairs. So we're just going to make use of our special ammo right now. We notice that there's a Centurion right there, so we're just going to pull back a little bit. And then we actually noticed that the flare's peeking out right here, so we was going to snipe it. That was actually one of my initial thoughts, even though it's void, and this is a void sniper. Thought the flare was going to come more into a viewpoint. And he does it there, but when we realise that that's going to be a little bit more awkward, so we're going to come over to this left hand side. One of the things we're going to end up taking out is that Centurion that's right at the back there. Nice and easy. And we know that there's another flare that's going to be around here, so what we need to do is we need to coax him over here. So that's how you do it, you just go down the stairs and towards the box. But then you want to come back because you're already going to be hit down a little bit, so you want to regen your health. Once you regen your health, this is the perks of the Sunsinger. You're going to see it in action right now. We're going to use that uppercut and we're going to take as much damage as we possibly can. We've already been hit, doesn't matter about dying, so we're just going to self-res to be on the safe side. Like I said, I could take him out right now, but I'm showing you the safe way of doing it. So basically, we're just going to spam those nades right down. Now, so you don't get hit by the Cyan Flare, jump up, get down, and then 2 will finish him off. And we find a legendary engram. Congratulations. Right, the next part that we're going to be doing is the right hand side, because if you remember previously, we actually hit this right hand side down very hard. Now the one thing you want to be careful of is the normal Cyans. Now by the normal Cyans you're going to see exactly what I mean. The main priority is not staying in the open, because the ship is actually going to be slapping you down. If that ship gets shots on you, you're near enough good enough dead. One of the ads will more than likely finish you off on that last piece of health. Okay, so we're going to build up our Sunsinger again. That way we're able to self-res on the second one. Except this time, what we're going to be doing differently is because we already have one down quite low, we're actually going to take them both out in one if we can do so. And we're going to show you exactly how we're going to be doing that. Now you do want max intellect on this rather than max discipline. If you can get them both max, that'll be fantastic because you're able to use your nade ability a lot faster. Okay, so again, the Centurions with the shield, that's why I keep pulling out my sniper, seeing if I can get that shot on the Centurion. I'm just going to take out the normal ones, hopefully that Centurion will start to push in. Oh no, he's come into the zone, and there we go, we're able to take him out. And our nade is almost loaded, which is perfect timing, and we just fluffed it. We completely fluff those shots as well. So we're almost self-res, so we're almost ready to go. I'm ready to rumble. Now all them Centurions must be killed before you go outside. The normal lads are not really an issue, however if you get too close to one of these, that shield that they've got can one-shot you, and I'm going to show you an example of that in a second. Don't worry, he's not one-shotting me, but I'm going to show you. If they make the connection, they will. And by connection, to be honest, it's easier to show you rather than to explain it on that part. Are you ready for this? Dun 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 dun. Okay, so we got another Centurion. And some more little lads. So they are constantly spawning at the minute. So we're just going to snipe some of these down while we've got some sniper ammo to spare. Ah, we missed. Ah, we missed again. My god, what's going on with me? I'm fluffing my shots today. Bingo. Didn't miss you, bitch. That's right, eat my grenade. That grenade's doing a lot of AoE damage over a spread area. Yes, Centurion! 2 shots and he's dead. Obviously 1 shot with the 1000-yard stare. Which will save you ammo as well. In other words, you'll end up with double the ammo that I end up with. Now this is the shield. If that shield hits you, you're dead. Oh, we're hit down, are we? Okay, so we're almost ready to take these out. So all we're going to do there, we've got plenty of heavy ammo, so we're just going to synth up on the special ammo, take out the rest of the ads, and then we're going to go and kill the flares. There's bodies everywhere. Bodies dropping. Bodies snowing. They're all dead, having fun in the afterlife. You'll have to forgive me singing there, I got a little bit bored. Okay, so always make sure you take out the normal sign flare. Now you can see this right now. See how he's got the cast on you? You're going to have to take a little bit of a risk here and just go straight in for it because you are in Sunsinger. If you get taken out, no worries, you're going to take out this one here. But what we're going to do is we're going to regen our health straight away just by coming to the stairs. Now you can see there's a lot of ads, there is heavy ammo up, but we're going to box this one straight into that corner. Oh, we've just been hit. Okay, so we're going to get as much DPS as possible. Keep going, keep going, keep going, and we're dead. And then we're going to self-res. And boom, if you like the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and peace out, guys and girls.